Don't worry. Tomorrow everything goes back to normal again. Christmas break will be over. Oh, you know, it's just so strange because it's the same things that are wrong, like the same sort of sickness that covers society. It it bleeds down into our own personal lives. And we end up mimicking the same sort of behaviors that you see on a worldwide level at home, causing ourselves grief and issue and problems and all this other shit. And it's like, I just, I, there's no way I'm ever going to get convinced that if you see the problem and then you're like, all right, that's the problem, it's identified, let's go full force and try to fix it. Let's be honest, let's look at it, let's address every side of it, you know, whatever argument you may have. You know, I'm not saying my argument is always the right one, but I'm going to make my argument and then you make your argument. James, what's up? And then we build off of that. And that's what we should do just in reality, in the world. Let's identify the problems and then go at them full force. If it bugs you, if it makes you upset, if it hurts your feelings, okay. That's what happens sometimes. Still back in Israel. Israel. Because Israel, it's Israel, it's Israel. Why is Israel all over the TV all the time? Why do you think this is? This is one of these, this is an older show. This is NCIS or some other bullshit. Yeah, Gibbs. Like this shit is, it's the same thing. Look, our society is really, really fucked up. And it's that way, like we all know it is. And we all know why it is. We just don't then try to fix it. You know, you self-police. Oh, yeah, well, I'm not allowed to say anything. Those are God's chosen people, so I'm not going to say anything. We come up with whatever excuses we need, and we just go with it. And it's weird, too, because it's like, sure, the easier thing to do is to make the excuse and not do it at first. But then the length of time that then passes and all the drama that comes from it, does that make it worth it? You know, you'll pretend like you're always on the right side. You'll be like, oh, I'm doing this for the right reasons because of blah, blah, blah. Or I'm not doing this for the right reason. And then it's like, but those are bullshit. Those are bullshit. You're just saying that. You're just coming up with what you think is the, you know, is going to be the thing to make the other person go, okay, forget it. I mean, just look at my comments, right? Look at the comment section. It's the same thing. If I'm the problem and what I'm doing and saying, which again, I never really understand what the motivation is. Like, I'm the guy that says we need to get rid of the Jays and kill the pedophiles. So if you're saying that like, that's not what you're mad at me about, I really don't know what you're mad about. But that's what I ask of you is like, okay, so if I've done something or you think something's wrong, focus on it. Absolutely focus on it. Focus on it to death. Fucking just say it. Oh, what am I getting wrong? And then come at me full force, honestly. And why isn't that the way it is? Wherever. I think a lot of it is because people they're just not willing to be honest with themselves. You know, it's a lot easier, I guess. I don't know. At this point, I'm almost like sort of on autopilot, trying to make it work, but I'm trying to find the answers. I'm trying to figure out, because I could swear it's this way, but you'll say it's not this. So, okay, so what else could it be? What else is the what other reasons does the thing happen? We're talking about, let's talk about a fucking genocide. There's a genocide happening right now. These piece of shit, disgusting J motherfuckers are committing genocide right now. And the stated reason is because of the October 7th, 2023 false flag attacks. So let's just look at it from that perspective, right? Does that make sense? Well, why were they supposedly, it's not, why were they attacked? Was Israel just minding its own business, trying to make its people better, trying to make life better for everyone in the world, and then Hamas just decided to attack them for no fucking reason whatsoever? No, that's not it. What Israel has been doing for the past 75 fucking years, but 2023 was set up to be the worst year for the Palestinians since 2006. Right? Prior to October 7th, Israel had killed 273 civilians, at least. That's at least, and like 20 of them were children or some shit like that, probably more. And that's just the bullshit narrative we're given by the J system that downplays everything. And you go, okay, so if the United States was being invaded and 273 people had been killed, would we respond? Or would we just continue to let those people be killed and whatnot? No. Anybody who is being assaulted in that sort of way would fight back. So, okay, so Hamas, let's just say Hamas did October 7th, which, again, they didn't. No Israelis were killed. No Israelis were taken hostage on October 7th. It's all a lie. But let's just say it was. Let's just say they magically killed around 1,100 people in Israel, and they took around 250 hostages. Does the response even come close to equaling the action? They've killed, on paper it's like 50,000, but reality is it's like 200,000 people have been killed. Millions have been displaced. Millions more, thousands and thousands more are going to die due to hunger, starvation, lack of water, lack of resources, whatever it may be. Does that even come close to being justified by around 1,100 being killed? From an honest perspective, that's all I want to do is look at it honestly. And the thing is, you have to look at the fact that October 7th was a response. If it was a thing, it was a response. It was a response to the fucking killings. And then you have, okay, so then supposedly Israel just immediately starts bombing areas where hostages could be. They don't know. They don't know where the hostages are, right? But they immediately, almost like they had it planned in advance, just start bombing relentlessly. To the point where Hamas says, we'll give up all the hostages, just quit bombing. Just stop this bombing campaign. Israel's response to that was, nobody tells Israel what to do. We're going to bomb you a lot more. And that's it. That's it. That's not even like, it's not like, so then that's what happens. So then they just start bombing the shit out. How is that okay? Where is the justification there? If there was real hostages, why would they be bombing the area to begin with? And then would they not take the deal to get the hostages back if they were real hostages? Especially knowing how Israel has shit like the Hannibal Doctrine, which says that hostages should be killed. You know, if an Israeli is taken hostage, the Israelis should try to kill them so they can't be used as a bargaining chip or something like that, and they can't get any information out of them. It's the Hannibal Doctrine. It's real. It's as real as the Samson option. It's as real as Team. It's real. I'm so sick of like being like, okay, I know the reality. I know exactly what happened. It's a problem. And people go, no, something else. No, something else. And it's like, no, this is what happened. This is real. The Hannibal Doctrine is real. The Samson option is real. Team Jorge is real. If you're not some dumb Jay and you hear about the Samson option, like, what is your response to that? I don't get it. Do you think we should then, the Samson option, by the way, is Israel's open sort of policy. It's a deterrent strategy, they say, where they where they threaten that if they are ever invaded and or destroyed, which again allows for a lot, because if it was just destroyed, you'd go, oh, okay. But invaded, I mean, two people could invade. They could claim that two people have invaded and they represent this country. They've said that they will launch nukes in every direction, kill everybody. Now, do I believe that Israel has the power to do that? No, I don't think they do. But the fact that they have the world, you know, at a distance because they threaten this bullshit. Like, this is fucking real. What do you think about that? What do you care?
Don't worry about the radioactivity. It's just like super low levels.
You know, it's just, you know, I mean, you just look outside. Here in Michigan, it's been like fucking 12 degrees and shit. Super, super cold. We don't have, like, we have literally homeless veterans, homeless crazy people. You know, I anybody who's homeless isn't homeless because they want to be. And if given some sort of option, then they would absolutely take it. But a lot of them have fucking mental issues, like real mental issues that prevent them from making the right decisions in that regard. To think that, they should just die of freezing to death. Oh well. They should have made better decisions. Everybody out there that acts like I went to school with a bunch of Northville kids. Northville is one of the more wealthy communities in the country. And you see these people, like to this day, who act like they achieved what they achieved, like they're successful in today's life, and they act like they achieved it all on their own. That growing up in the environment that they grew up in, with the parents that bought their way out of trouble and all that shit all the time, that wasn't an advantage. They are better than the homeless people because they're not homeless. Like, that's just crazy. We shouldn't have homeless people. We definitely shouldn't have homeless veterans out there. Do you understand that? Like, our society tells you that you should fight for your country. Then you end up fighting some Jay Israeli bullshit, which is what has happened. Like, Mel Gibson wasn't lying. Did you ever think about it? Let's just take that break real quick. Mel Gibson gets arrested back early in the body cam days. This isn't like recently. This is a long, this is like what, 15 years ago or so? Like, this has been a long time. And yet somehow that body cam is what given to the new. Like, how does that even work? And all he says is, they've been behind everything. He's basically giving them credit. Like, this small, tiny group of people has been able to manipulate the world many times over. That's an accomplishment. And yet, for some reason, everybody gets like, why would anybody get upset about that? Do you really get like how manipulated you are? If you're not a Jay, why would you get upset about anything said about Jays? Why would you care? Why would you think people shouldn't talk about them? What gives them this free pass? Nobody else gets it. Human decency. What the fuck does that even mean? It's not decent to call out problem causers? Isn't the decent thing to address the thing and to, like, again, what makes it indecent to call out a bullshit religion cult? I'm sure you don't, nobody hides behind decency when it comes to talking bad about Muslims. So what the fuck are you even talking about? Human decency should be that we override all of their bullshit. Their supremacist bullshit. And hey, we're all here together. Let's make this work together. Nobody is special. Nobody is chosen by God over the rest of us. But I mean, it comes down empathy, humanism, loving thy neighbor. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? You only love this one neighbor? You only have empathy and humanism for one group of people? What about all the people that group affects negatively? What about all the negative bullshit that they put out there? That's okay? They are literally committing genocide right now. They are killing an entire population off. Women, children, just tons and tons of children. Starving to death. Starving to death. The pain, the anguish of starving to death. And this bitch wants to talk about love thy neighbor? Get the fuck out of here. Go absolutely fuck yourself. We shouldn't talk about the Jays because it's humanism and decency. And what, are you crazy? Like, those are the reasons to talk about them. Those are the reasons to talk about anyone, anybody, anywhere. Like, why would anyone not be talked about? And if if what you're doing is right and good, then you don't care if people talk about you. The only time you don't want people talking is when you're doing bad shit, sneaky shit. You know? Like the whole claim that oh, the UN can't open up the books on Israel because that demonizes Israel. Well, if Israel was doing good shit, you couldn't demonize it. But we're not even, we're so far from the point at that point. Like the point being, why do they get so much freedom and so much leeway and blah blah blah? I mean, it's really kind of, it's really kind of wild, you know. It's really it's really strange. Like I mean, again, it's like, don't you ever question why you think this one group of people is off limits? Don't you ever question why you think this one group of people is, you know, deserves so much more than you do? I mean, it's just strange. It's the strange. How have we been so like brainwashed into being these willing fucking idiots? You know, most people, like I was watching Ricky Gervais, and Ricky's amazing. He's so fucking funny. The way that he looks at everything and talk, he's brilliant. And you know, I always say I think the comedians are like modern day philosophers. But you know, if you watch it, it's like nobody, he's still pushing the idea of the Holocaust and shit like that. There's not a single famous person out there that is willing to say, hey, look, that whole 6 million thing is just, it's impossible. It didn't happen. So much so that they don't even claim it happened anymore. You know, they claim it's more like 3 million. The plaques have been changed at Auschwitz and shit like that. And the reality is, it's probably only a few 100,000 that were killed because the supply lines were blown a bit. So they starved to death and shit like that. But that was Allied. You know, the Allies did that. But you just get like, I don't understand why we don't talk about these people openly. They are ugly. They are mean. They are goofy. Their belief structure is goofy. There's literally nothing noble about Jayism. That shit is weird and gross. I really don't think the average female knows. I assume the average female in the United States doesn't actually know what's expected of Jay females. You know, the whole idea of a mikvah. You know, the mikvah is this special bathhouse that they believe should be built even before their temples are built. And it's because of their own selfish bullshit, right? Because they want to get laid. And the only way that they'll touch their wives is if they go into this, they do this mikvah thing after they're done bleeding. Like, it's just weird. Why do we act like these people aren't straight up fucking weirdo clowns? Mean. Oh, have you ever seen Where in the World is Osama bin Laden? It's Morgan Spurlock's second film. After Super Size Me, It might be his third film, I don't know. But after Super Size Me, he has all this power and he's a big star, right? Dead now. He makes this video called Where, this movie called Where. You fixate on Jays too much. Do I? Do I really fixate on them too much? What should I fixate on? Like, this is the stupidest shit. This is the best you can come up with. So instead of debunking and answering anything that I'm saying so that I don't keep focusing and fixating on them, why don't, you do this shit? Why don't you solve the problem? If you make me look stupid, if you debunk anything I'm saying, if you can show me how they aren't disgusting fucking pieces of shit, then I can't say it anymore. And I would look like an idiot. But that's not how this works, is it? Surely you have problems literally closer to home. Again, what does that have to do with anything? What? See again, this is probably some dumb J, actually. You're right. I have lots of problems closer to home. And that's kind of how I started the video. But the reality is, everything that I'm going through pales in comparison to what's being done to the Palestinians right now. And it pales in comparison to that cult in their practices. I'm a godless heathen. Well, then you should have no problem calling out the inventors of that whole bullshit. Because Christianity and Islam both come from Jay. But again, I'm not selfish like you. I'm not low-level selfish, I should say. I'm a very high-level selfish in that I want myself, my wife, and my children to live the very best, happiest life they could possibly live. And I know the only way they can do that is if everyone else is living the best, happiest, safest, healthiest life they can live. So I want everybody to live a great fucking life. And so I then have to ask, why do I want that? Try narcissistic. Yep, that's what it is. I'm a narcissist, obviously, right? Obviously, I sit there and I make sure my hair is just right, my face is just pretty enough, I have the right clothing on, and blah. And I'm talking about me, right? That's me, the narcissist. Like, look at how desperately stupid you sound right now. I'm saying we should focus on a problem that's much bigger than ourselves. And that makes me a narcissist. How dumb can you be? I appreciate it. I absolutely appreciate you. Oh, look, a Jewish star. Oh, it's a star. Oh, let's focus on Jew stuff. Let's do that. Oh, look at how important this all is. You don't get any of this shit. Why is this even on our TV? Other than 2 to 4% of the American population and 0.183% of the world's population, who gives shit about this stuff? Why do they put it on our TV like this over and over and over? It's everywhere. It's everywhere. All of these shows like this, they always have something to do with Israel. And Israel is always the good guy. This piece of shit's calling me a narcissist because I'm saying we should stop the genocide. Who the fuck does that? Other than the dumb Jays. Again, I don't care what you say, you're defending the worst. You're defending genocide. You're saying we shouldn't be focused on, you focus on genocide and pedophilia too much. You should be focused on other things. I know that there's all these other people I could be watching who will talk about all those other things. But I want you to start talking about that. Why don't you just go watch someone else? If this is too much, it's too much for you to handle. It's too smart. I can't think along these lines. Stop it. Go watch somebody dumber. Go watch something more on your level. I'm sure somebody's got a video where they've got some keys and they're just dangling in front of the video. I'm pro-Palestinian. I think you shouldn't boil down a religion and culture to its worst aspects. Yeah, right. Why not? Why not? You should judge somebody on their good deeds and not their bad deeds. So first of all, tell me some good shit that they do. You give me some examples of the good, of the way they help the world, the way they earn that $3.8 billion a year we give them. Go ahead, give me a couple examples. But you're saying, oh, it doesn't matter if that person is a pedo. Look at it, they gave money to charity. That makes it okay. Oh, don't judge the whole religion of people who support genocide and commit genocide. No. They do, again, what? You're a fascinating curiosity. I don't like a car. Yeah, like a car. That's what it must be. It's called truth. Truth is sexy. Not that you want to fuck it, but you're attracted to it. You're drawn to it. It's the truth. If I was wrong, you're already attempting to say so, but you can't. You're failing miserably and making yourself look like a bigger dumbass each time. Like, if you're the type of person, like, you know what? I hate people like you. Whenever there's a car accident and people are stopping to look so they can, what, hopefully see some gory, disgusting shit, I'm honking my horn. Get the fuck moving. You sit there and look at fucking car accidents, you're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit. Oh, look, that person's all fucked up. I want to see that. But I guess, again, when you're a clown and you're getting spanked, like everything you're saying is getting thrown back at your face, then you'll say stupid shit like that. That's how that works every time. If I was actually wrong about anything, you would focus on it. You'd say so. Well, we shouldn't to judge a whole culture on its dirty deeds. You have a group of people who calls themselves God's chosen people, who are the sole, like not the sole, but the main proprietors of the pedo stuff, the Hollywood pedos, the government pedo, all of that shit. And they actually have in their books, it says that's what they do. The Talmud says and the Talmud is their main book. Don't fall for their bullshit. When they tell you, oh, it's the Torah, no, it's the Talmud. The Talmud says that they are allowed to rape a girl as long as she's 3 years and 1 day old. And as long as she's 3 years and 1 day old, she then belongs to the rapist, and he has to pay the full dowry. And that's you know, a group of people condoning pedo shit. The worst of the worst pedo shit. You know, I wish there were a bunch of Jays that actually said these things, but you couldn't say that. See, that's the problem. We have to break this down on the lowest levels, the easiest levels. Saying that your people are born superior to everyone else and everything that isn't born into your cult is all lumped into the same category. Gentiles, chairs, cats, dogs, beds, we're all goyim. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and talk to those people, talk about those pieces of shit. And again, if you think there's something else that should be talked about, then bring it up or make your own feed and talk about those things. Or go find somebody else talking about those things. I'm sure if you want to talk about Trump or pokes or chemtrails or any other, there's plenty of people talking about it. To be honest, I like your spoken word poetry on there. You should get back more into that. Yeah, well, I am. And we have plenty of songs talking about that. And really, that's, that's all I can write about anymore. I focus on issues, whatever the issue may be. And I, my shit's all super positive. You might not think so, but it is. My shit is super positive. Me calling out these pieces of shit is for our benefit, for their benefit. It's their disgusting practices that make them the targets. I just, if there's a reason why they believe their shit, then let's hear it. But the reality is it's a cult. It's a cult of crazy, disgusting people. Oh, here we go again. Yeah. You can pretty much guarantee that until we can overthrow them, this is what I'm going to be talking about. To me, there's really nothing else worth talking about. Because at the end of the day, no matter what we do talk about, if we allow ourselves to go to the fullest with whatever it is, it's going to end up there. They're going to be the ones behind it.
Yes.
Right? They're going to, it's what it's always going to be. It's always going to point to the Jays. Always. And it does. It's like, it's not even, it's amazing. Hey, where are you sitting down? Again, it's so funny to me that people would come on here and know that this is who I am and this is what I do. And like, why would you want, you like looking at me? You like the sound of my voice? You like the way I think about things? You just want me to talk about something else? Like, why would you ever do that? You should just, if this is what I'm doing and this is what you like, then you're here. If you want to hear other shit, go find it. It's everywhere. There are plenty of distracted fucking idiots out there walking around calling themselves truthers, telling you to believe in Jesus. That's it. Go find them. The fact is, you're pillars of heaven. I would love to talk about your beliefs, but you won't. You can't. You won't be honest about what you believe in. Why do you believe in Jesus? Why do you believe in heaven? What is your reason? Your personal fucking legitimate reason to believe in those things. What are you going to say? Nothing. Nothing. No. Just going to go to Israel and get some answers. Oh. This episode is all about Israel. Why? Think about that. Think about how many times you see these episodes and they make it all about a different country. All of these shows making it seem like Israel is the good guy. Israel is the, is the bastion of hope. Israel is the why? How many non-J Americans are going to go fucking engage in that bullshit? Just confess your love for the Jays and God, you'll feel. I mean, again, that's what you can come up with? What kind of stupid ass says something like that? Like, seriously, that guy thought, I'm going to type this. Type. Let me just check, make sure all the spelling's right, because he'll jump on me for that. Okay, this is going to get him. Click. Like, that's really, you thought that was smart? Visit the wall. Yeah, let me go stand next to the wall. Yeah, that sounds like fun, doesn't it? Maybe I could be like every single other U.S. president.
I know how much
It's funny to me that, like, instead of talking about your thing and why your thing is good to go, you'd rather talk dumb shit to me. Like, that's what I just don't understand. Why don't you? I ask you direct questions, right? I'm asking you, why do you? You should be like for me, I'm like uplifted by this. I'm juiced up and ready to go. Talking about these things makes me feel good. Makes me feel good knowing that I'm not some dumbass that falls for this J control bullshit. I'm proud of myself. I'm absolutely 100% proud of my anti-Semitism. Right? Like I'm proud. Aren't you proud of what you believe? If you don't have the same sort of pride, like, aren't you jealous? Maybe that's why you watch me. Because you're jealous. Because you wish you had the pride that I have in your crazy bullshit. You don't believe this shit. You don't believe your shit enough to be fucking, to be, to do this, or to even answer my direct questions, to stand up to me intelligently. You're fixated on your 8 every single day. What the fuck does that even mean? I just don't even. Whatever. Like, stupid. This is whatever is motivating you. I just. Shouldn't you want to be motivated like I am? Shouldn't you want to be proud of yourself? Shouldn't you be proud to, like, to want more and just be better? Like, I'm proud to believe, I believe this, and I'll stand on a fucking mountaintop and scream it. I don't care what anybody says. I'm proud of myself. You want to ask me some questions? Ask me anything, because I'm proud and I can answer for any bullshit you want to bring my way. Shouldn't you be that proud of what you believe in? But you're not. And literally every statement that you make that isn't along those lines proves it. How awful must that be? I can't imagine believing in something, thinking, that I'm too scared to talk about. I'm too scared to openly address. I'm too scared to delve into. Like, for me, I know that if I were to look into this and I just keep digging and I keep digging and I keep digging, I'm never going to be like, oh, I'm disappointed. I want to look as deeply as I can. I want to see every aspect. What's up, dude?
Remember the powerhouse heavies and the baddie powerhouse heavies?
Sure, yeah.
My shield just completely gets rid of all damage taken from them.
Sweet.
Aren't we hanging out?
This is crazy, man. This is just crazy. You should be better. Look at this. Who makes this cartoon where fucking Pebbles is like, has like a woman face? She's like a sexy face. Like, who the fuck did that? Jays. Who the fuck? I was looking up Sanford and Son yesterday. I was looking at the other day. And you when you understand, like, the Sanford and Son people were willing to give up the whole show and all of the money that could have been made from it, instead of giving Red Fox 25% ownership of the show. They'll give up money to not give us money. Do you understand what we are up against? Like, again, do you like look at the world and think, this is a great society we live in. Nothing needs to be fixed. You know, everything works really, really well. If you think that way, I don't know why you're even here. But if you think that way, then more power to you, I guess. That must be nice. I wish I could think that way. Trust me, if I could just profess my love for the Jays and God and feel better and all that stuff, I would do it in a heartbeat. You think I want to be like this? It's funny because at the same time, I'm really proud to be this way, but if it's more difficult. You know, if I could make it easier where I didn't, you know, get sick over the shit and feel bad and almost cry all the time. Cry sometimes watching it. You know, you see these videos of these children that have been victimized by Israel, and it's heart-wrenching. How does anybody be okay with it? Do you understand how crazy this all is? I mean, there are multiple people in the comments right now who are desperately trying to come up with something to say about how I'm wrong. If it's that hard to prove me wrong or say something along, then maybe I'm right, and maybe you should fucking change the way you're looking at things. Seriously, are you proud to be a Christian knowing that the fucking Vatican and the church is consistently caught raping children? You're proud of that? You're proud of this, to belong to the church? That when they do get busted, or exposed, they just get sent to the Vatican where they live a life in penance and they live in paradise. You're okay with that? That makes you proud. You're proud of that, huh? You're proud of the fact that we mutilate our little boys within hours of being born. For nothing. There's no good that comes from that. Oh, the foreskin can trap HIV. Get the fuck out of here. No, it can't. Shut the fuck up. You know, and when you're talking about all those studies, oh, they did studies and they found out that all these Africans, well, were those Africans the ones that got AIDS? Were they the same ones that were given the hepatitis shots? Because again, this isn't hard to find. There are eco-terrorists that exist, and there are videos of them talking about how they went down to Africa and were giving people fucking all kinds of shit under the guise of hepatitis shots. It's true. It's that there isn't a single connection between HIV and AIDS. There's never been someone that went from HIV to AIDS. It's never happened. Or how about the fact that the HIV drugs mimic AIDS? Shut down your immune system and all this other shit. What about that stuff? I mean, if AIDS was real, how come we're not all fucking suffering from it? If AIDS was real, how come there's not hundreds, thousands of 70s and 80s rock stars and you know, famous people who died from it? You know, those guys were banging broads, you know, 20 at a time and shit. Shooting dope, passing needles around. No, you're talking the same approach. No, you're taking the same approach with the Jays. Taking what same approach? What are you talking about? If you're going to say something, make sure it makes sense. Make sure what you're saying doesn't make me go, whoa. I mean, I think I take the same approach with everything. I'm proud of my consistency. And basically it comes down to, okay, your shit is real, right? Tell me why your shit's real. Tell me why I should give you Semitism, why I should have a policy or a predisposition favorable to you. Like what kind of dumb shit are you talking about? This is exactly my point. Like, for real, if I was wrong, then there would be not only this guy, but multiple people in here systematically pulling apart what I'm saying, like I'm doing to the system. You'd be doing to me what I'm doing to everything else. Shit's wrong, and I talk about it, and I point it out, and I don't try to be cryptic, and I don't try to, get you to read between. No, fucking, let's be honest. Go ahead and say what you're trying to say. Because otherwise, you just make me look better. You just make me look stronger. And it's weird because I'm sitting here encouraging you to make me look bad. How many people are doing that? When was the last time you saw Israel do that? You saw Netanyahu do that. All right, if you have an issue with Israel, say it, and we'll address it. Say what your exact issue is, and we'll address it. When was the last time you saw a J, an Israeli, anything even close to that? When was the last time you saw a Christian do it, a Muslim do it? Not only are they supposedly, right, they have thousands of years supposedly of history that they should know. And send a little quick prayer up. Hey, God, I've hit a little bit of a speed bump here. If you could come give me some answers and help me make this guy look stupid, I'd appreciate it. Like, you have all the advantage here. Why is it you get your shit kicked in? Why is it you don't even attempt, really? You don't even attempt to try to make a point. I mean, I know why. Because your dumb points are going to fall flat. And I'm going to make it a point for me, actually. And there's literally nothing good you can say. I asked a while ago, somebody tell me some good shit Israel does for the rest of the world. Somebody tell me something that Israel brings to the world that is a positive thing. Anything. I'd love to hear it. What do the Jays do that really separates them and warrants the favor that they demand? They demand money. What does money have to do? What? You tell me. I can't because there isn't anything. I'm supposed to tell you the good stuff that Israel does. There isn't anything. And see, again, you would think, given the opportunity, all right, this guy, this dumbass is crazy, is asking for shit that Israel does that's good. Oh, well, here we go, blah, 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 blah. You would think it would be a ton of shit. Just like you would think it would be a ton of shit when you say, like, why do you believe in Jesus and God? Give me a good couple tangible reasons why you believe in that shit. Yeah. Interest is great. Money is great. Thank goodness the Jays control the money. Wait, I thought we weren't supposed to say that. I thought that was an anti-Semitic trope saying that the Jays control the money. Blah 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 blah. Right? Funny how that works. And that's the best argument you can make. Why shouldn't they be? And I'm going to give you a bunch of specific arguments. The genocide, the baby penis cutting and sucking, the mikvah, the idea that women's vaginas are disgusting. Their supremacist nature, the whole concept of them being chosen and the rest of everything else just being goyim. Like, these are factual things that are negatives that I can continue to point to. Where are your positives to outweigh that shit? Oh, they gave us money and interest payments. Whoa, fucking A, that's made everyone's life so much better. Such bullshit, man. But again, I do appreciate it. I appreciate the stupidity, like the best of Detroit. I'm sure that's a dumb J. They've been here multiple times. They have nothing to say. Nothing. Just proving the stupidity it takes to oppose me. Oh yeah, and then there's the whole J pedophile thing in Hollywood. Yeah, there's that part too. You have all the answers. What a cop-out. What a cowardly cop-out. You won't, oh, you have all the, right. Because you don't have shit. You're basically saying, I don't have any answers. I don't claim to have all the answers. I couldn't tell you how to build a car. I could barely work on the car. I can't tell you how to, weave a basket and shit. I don't know that. But when it comes to this, I definitely know a lot more than you do. Clearly. And that's the biggest issue is that I'm arguing real fucking shit. That's awful. You can't argue. Nobody ever says to me, they don't cut and suck baby penises. Because they do. Eating placentas, eating foreskins, all that shit. Yeah, they do that shit. That is so abhorrent and disgusting. And yet they do it. It's part of their bullshit. I'm giving you a whole list of reasons why we should eliminate that cult as soon as possible, while asking you for reasons why we shouldn't, and you have nothing. That says everything. That says everything. The fact that you can't fucking come up with a single good thing. You couldn't even come up with a single thing. This other dumbass says money, but what the fuck does that? Again, that's not good. It's irrational. What the fuck does that even mean? You do realize we're not having a conversation here. You're probably responding to something that I said in the past already, so you probably want to be more specific about what thing you're talking about. Everything J, everything Christian, everything Islam, that's all irrational insanity. It's literally insane. And you know it is because if you're a Christian, you think the other two are fucking crazy. Well, no, you think Muslims are crazy. Again, you dumb Christians, I just can't get over this. You dumb Christians have been brainwashed into believing that the bad guys of your Bible, not Satan, it's not Satan isn't the bad guys in the Bible. Abraham is the main bad guy, and he's the father of the J people, and really, both religions, or all three religions, are considered Abrahamic religions. So they flat out tell you this all comes from us. This is all our doing. But you believe that a completely different religion, the Jays, who are the bad guys, who killed your Christian God's only son and your superhero, you believe that the Jays, the killers, the bad guys, are your Christian God's chosen people. Do you understand how fucking insane that is? Would you prefer Sharia law or J control of banks? Why does it have to be one of two? Like those are the only two options it could be? Again, look at how stupid you are. You honestly thought that was going to be a good response. You thought that was going to, oh shit, well, I guess since you put it that way, blah, 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 blah. Do you know how stupid you sound? I want neither. Sharia law, Islam is stupid. It's fucking stupid nonsense. Why don't we not have anybody that believes in some Sky Daddy bullshit be in charge of the money? Doesn't that sound a lot better? Especially when you consider the fact that the ones that control the money now are big fans of genocide and have threatened to kill us all. They have a standing threat that they'll kill us all. Yeah, that sounds a lot better. We need to get them all out of our country. What do you mean? The white people that invaded the United States? Are you talking about them? Because, your fucking bigotry is insane, right? I mean, it's just so stupid. It's not your country. was stolen by the Jays. But hey, you just keep proving my point for me, okay? I do appreciate it. I do appreciate that shit, man. And we absolutely need to create a better country because this country is supposedly Christian, and it's crazy.
Dad, remember your tribal Stephen?
Yep.
I just got a fire pit.
Sweet. Sweet sauce. I'll come check it out in a minute, bud. Of course it is. Jays weren't in control during colonization. Oh, is that what they tell you? Is that what you believe? What about the fact they owned all the slave ships, if you believe that bullshit? I mean, if you fall for the whole colonization story, you're just stupid. I mean, it's all stupid. The narrative we're given about all of it is stupid. The Pilgrim narrative is stupid. They made it to Cape Cod in November and stayed on their boat for a month and a half until December 10th. No, December 20th. I'm sorry, December 21st. Yeah, that's it. December 21st. And then they went out and they got their place. And come on, it's fucking stupid. It's stupid. And then how did the Jays get control? If they weren't in control, how did they get it? How does 0.183% of the world's population control anything? If they weren't in control, what did they do to take that control? Don't you worry, your kids will think everything is stupid too. They already do. And I'm proud of them for it. Fuck yeah. Ricky Gervais does this joke. It's great. He said, it was during that ash cloud. Remember when that big ash cloud shut everything down? And he says, that people were upset because, they weren't getting reimbursed all their money for all the extra money they were forced to spend because of this. And the insurance companies weren't paying out because they called the volcano an act of God. And he was like, well, isn't that what you guys think about everything? Everything, isn't that like the definition of God, is that God is in control and in power of everything? Isn't everything an act of God? And he said, imagine this, like the insurance company has a phone number directly to God and call it, hello, God? Oh, he does it better, hello, oh, may I speak to God, please? You speaking? Oh, I didn't think you would answer, yeah. What do you want? Oh, yeah, okay. Did you make that ash cloud happen? And God's like, yeah, I did. Yeah, that was me. You like it? And they're like, so we shouldn't pay out then? No. Fuck those people. Okay, well, what about Timothy Bobson? He had a tree fall on his car. Was that you? Well, there's a lot of Timothy Bobsons. Timothy Bobson, 222 Billings Lane. 2 p.m. Was that you? 222 Billings Lane, 2 p.m. No, that wasn't me. I was in Africa giving AIDS to babies. That shit was hilarious. That's the funniest fucking joke ever. And my kids thought it was hilarious. So you brought another generation of apathetic and malcontent wage slaves for the Jays. Yeah, that's what I did. Okay, so again, when asked direct questions and all these other things were said, you couldn't come up with anything to say. But now you can come up with, so what you're saying is one of those dumb things? Come on. Seriously, go to a different feed. You are so far out of your fucking league on this feed. You are so in the deep end here, and you That was Bill Gates. It wasn't Bill Gates, you dumbass. I need to receive knowledge about submarines. I'm here giving answers, though. Oh, are you? You haven't said a fucking thing. Like, I mean, it's just look at the stupidity it takes. These are all people that aren't willing to say, yeah, you know what? These Jays are horrible. They have us as slaves. They're committing genocide. They're awful, sucking and cutting baby penises. That's fucking horrible. The women's vaginas being disgusting. That's all horrible. These people are disgusting. You ever stood next to one? The smell is atrocious. The Hasidic ones? Jesus Christ. Yeah, Rodent hasn't given a single answer before I'm giving answers, though. Anybody can scroll up and see it. You're just noticing inconsistencies. No, you're not. What inconsistency are you noticing? If I've raised my children to hate them and try to fight them, then how is that inconsistent? You know, in this system, like until we can overthrow the Jays that control everything, especially by using money, we need the money to overthrow them. We need to make as much money as we can to be able to just survive. You know, you need to be able to pay your rent. You need to be able to feed yourself. Until we can make the situation better, you have to make the best of the situation we're in. But that doesn't mean you keep your mouth shut. Oh, I think you can read. Yep, that's what it is. Such desperate fucking nonsense. Like, this is how desperate and stupid you are. How else could you say that you're a J without actually saying it? It's just stupid. Why do you believe in God, you dumbasses? Why? Shouldn't that bug you? I think it does. I think that's why you keep saying dumb shit. Because if you could say something else, you would. It has to bug you that you believe in something so stupid. It has to bug you that you believe in something that you're not proud of it. You can't actually tell me why you believe in the thing. That has to be awful. Yeah. You're an idiot. You're not saying anything. If you want my attention, say something that gets it. Other than your little, pay attention to me. Pay attention to I don't give a shit about that. You've already been here multiple times and shown how stupid you are. So you already have earned that stupid badge. You're going to have to do a lot to actually get past it. I'm here for the scientific blah, blah, blah. Right. What scientific side of things are you actually bringing? Nothing. You have nothing to say. Like, again, if you had something to say, you would just say it. You wouldn't be saying, oh, well, I've already said it, and oh, I'm here for this, and oh, I'm about... You wouldn't say those things. Those are just filler, fucking stupid nonsense things. If you had something better to say, you'd say it. You literally have nothing. You don't need me to be fucking addressing you for you to make a good point. But this is what stupid does. Because I don't read the... Right. So, because I don't read the chat, you're going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 things that have nothing to do with what we're actually talking about. That makes total sense. Even if I didn't read what you had to say, you would at least be putting those answers out there, right? But this is, you can't help but prove the point. You're too stupid. Stupid can't help but prove that stupid is stupid. Stupid can't prove to you that they're smarter than they are. You can't put stupid in a fucking calculus class and hope they just luck their way through a test. It's never going to happen. Again, if you had something interesting, real, true, anything, you just say it. You don't need me to hold your fucking hand. Say the thing. Say the science that you're talking about, that you got the science. Say it. Where people, I guess, again, when you're stupid, you don't realize that smarter people pick up on that shit. Smarter people see your little fucking games and the way that you're trying. You would start saying stuff, and I'd be like, oh, well, yeah, that's interesting, blah, blah, blah. But you got nothing. And at this point, why would I keep reading your shit when all you're doing is crybaby shit? You're not paying enough attention to me for me to make smart points. So instead, I'm just going to keep making dumb points. It's embarrassing, man. It's embarrassing. If you wanted to stay on the topic, you would stay on the topic. You'd just start saying things. Instead of the crybaby, you'd say things. But again, I appreciate it. I do. I appreciate the example. I always appreciate the example when shown. Because it would be so much harder for me to prove that stupid is all I can, that is the only thing I get without you being here being like, no, that's me. I'm going to do it. Look, we're going to try something real quick. We're going to do a quick reset, and then we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I think, you guys know. Pedophiles, kill yourself.